Charlie Wilson's Appliances, TVs, and Mattresses has what you need. We've got over $2 million of inventory in stock and ready to go. Charlie has the brands you love and the service that keeps you coming back. Your dollar goes farther at Charlie Wilson's in Clarksville.
Police arrest a man in connection with a Clarksville murder. And back to school season is here. Those details right now. Thank you for joining us right now. I'm Corey McCauley, and your top headline sponsored by Clark Memorial Health. Police are releasing more details on a woman's body found in a Clarksville apartment building Tuesday morning. Police identified the woman as 67-year-old Melody Gambetti. Her body was found by crews responding to a fire at her apartment building. Police say Gambetti's body was mutilated. Officers arrested Brian Williams. They say he was seen on surveillance cameras leaving the apartment building in the victim's car. It's believed the murder happened Monday, and Williams went back on Tuesday and set the fire to cover evidence.
Personally, I only live a couple blocks away from this happened at, and the shock value, not just to me, but to everybody here, is just unbelievable. For our community to experience something like this, it's devastating. But 32 years as a police officer, never seen anything like this. Hopefully, you never see it again.
And being able to have a case like this solved in less than 8 hours is actually phenomenal. And I couldn't be more proud of my guys and our department with it's been handled. So.
Greater Clark County students and staff have officially returned back to the classroom. Spirits and energies were high on day one. At North Haven Elementary School, about 600 students walked through their doors to begin the school year.
This year we have an influx of students. We have about 70 more students that did not attend here last year. So we are dealing with the logistics of as many car riders. We have some cars still out on 10th Street right now. So we're just trying to get people through here as fast as we can.
Things are a little different this year. Superintendent Mark Loeffner says this year about 160 students are signed up for virtual learning as compared to last year's number of about 3,000. Over at Jeffersonville High School, Principal Pam Hall says this year they have the largest freshman class in more than 25 years with 650 students.
So we're very excited to have all these Red Devils in there. I think you can feel the energy in the hallway. Kids are excited to see each other, and it feels so good to be back doing school again.
In your sports news, brought to you by Call's Body Shop. Tennis players at schools in Charlestown have a new tennis complex to play at. The more than $1 million tennis facility has 8 courts. Players are excited and say it's a major upgrade.
The new tennis courts are a lot better than what we had. There was a bunch of cracks in our old one. It was really like concrete out there. There's a lot of bad hops, but these are a lot nicer, a lot better for us.
In your business news, sponsored by First Harrison Bank. For the 5th year, One Vision Credit in Clarksville and Clarksville Community Schools are teaming up to collect school supplies. Pack the Bus is currently underway. Community members are encouraged to bring school supplies to the credit union, items such as pencils, crayons, dry erase markers, and Clorox wipes. For a full list of donations, visit One Vision Credit Union's Facebook page. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Huber's Orchard and Winery, we're taking a look at health. Today's topic is injury prevention. Whether you have a young athlete in your life, are caring for senior citizens, or live an active lifestyle, health officials say different demographics face different risk factors. I sat down with an orthopedic surgeon at Clark Memorial Health to discuss tips for injury prevention. With summer weather heating up southern Indiana, naturally more people are drawn outside to play sports, go for a run or a hike, or even do some summer housekeeping projects. Unexpectedly, these activities can go from a small deal to a big one if you find yourself injured. That's why health officials at Clark Memorial Health are breaking down the tips that you can take to prevent injuries from happening. First are tips for athletes.
You get into kids, if you're, 10, 12 years old, you really shouldn't be pitching more than 50, 60 pitches per game and never on consecutive days. So we see a lot of kids come in who are just overdoing it and just wearing their bodies out. So ACLs are something that everybody thinks about a lot with sports injuries, right? So there's certain things that you can try to do to minimize that risk. One of the things that I recommend that we did a lot in Houston with the high-level athletes was doing injury prevention training, strengthening, coordination training. There's a specific program called Sports Metrics, and there are several locations in the greater Louisville area where you can go and specifically work on conditioning, balance, and landing mechanics.
Second are tips for senior citizens.
And say, okay, what are things that we can do to try to minimize the risk of falling? So that's one of the biggest things. So making sure that you don't have trip hazards in the house, making sure you don't have extension cords running across an area, rugs that you could slip on and fall, things like that. Decluttering the house, making sure you have safety railings in the bathrooms.
Anyone in need of care can consult a doctor at Clark Orthopedic and Spine. In your weather forecast, sponsored by Langford Funeral Home. Today, it's hot and humid out there. We'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 97. Looking ahead, Friday, expect partly cloudy skies once again, but the temperatures drop about 10 degrees cooler with a high of 87. Saturday, expect cloudy skies, which really works to cool off the area. Highs topping off around 79. And on Sunday, the sun comes back out to warm things up, with a high of 84. And that's what's happening right now for Thursday, July 29th. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.